So, Wall Street finally found its footing on Thursday, and it seems like everyone's taking a deep breath before next week's big headlines roll in. Hey everyone, it's Friday morning, October 24th, and welcome back to Capital Markets Quickie. I'm your host, Endrit Sella, here to break down yesterday's market action in just 2 minutes. Quick note before we dive in. Today's episode is brought to you by AMF Capital Asset Management Frankfurt. Learn more about our funds and strategies at amf-capital.de. All right, let's get started. The Nasdaq led the way, up about 0.9%, followed by the Standard & Poor's 500 with a gain of 0.6%. The Dow added roughly 0.3%, a decent rebound after a few shaky sessions. Now the big story was diplomatic. President Trump confirmed that long-awaited meeting with China's President Xi is officially set for next Thursday. And honestly, that single announcement was enough to calm some nerves across Wall Street. At the same time, oil prices surged more than 5% after the U.S. slapped new sanctions on major Russian producers, putting fresh pressure on President Putin. Brent crude ended above $65 a barrel, and West Texas Intermediate closed over 61. In earnings land, Tesla shares recovered after a rough start, ending the day up about 2% despite mixed results. IBM, though, didn't get the same love. Profits beat expectations, but software sales came in just fine, and investors clearly wanted more. American Airlines, on the other hand, had a great day. Strong guidance pushed the stock higher, while T-Mobile slipped a bit, even though its customer numbers beat forecasts. And later in the evening, all eyes were on Intel, which was set to report after the bell. There was also an interesting twist on the government front. Reports say the Trump administration is considering taking direct stakes in quantum computing companies like IonQ and Rigetti. Experts say it's part of a broader push to secure America's position in strategic tech sectors. And finally, all eyes are now on the inflation numbers. The September Consumer Price Index is due out today after being delayed by the federal shutdown. It'll be one of the few pieces of official data markets get before the Federal Reserve meets next week. So, yeah, calmer markets for now, but the next few days could get spicy. All right, that wraps up today's Capital Markets Quickie. Join me again tomorrow morning for more market updates. See you then.